understanding the geography of the ancient Near East is crucial for understanding the Old Testament. This knowledge helps us understand the international, cultural, economic, and religious factors that impacted ancient Israel's history. In this video, you'll learn about the geography of ancient Israel. Specifically, we'll look at the surrounding nations and the land of Israel itself. Additionally, we will consider the economic and religious aspects of the land. The land of Israel was relatively small compared to its neighbors. It's one part of a region commonly referred to as the Fertile Crescent. The Fertile Crescent was home to the earliest ancient Near Eastern civilizations. Besides the land of Israel, also known as Syro-Palestine, the Fertile Crescent has four major regions: Mesopotamia, Anatolia, Egypt, and the Arabian Peninsula. Each of these regions influenced ancient Israel to some degree. Mesopotamia was Abraham's homeland. We see this in Genesis 12, verse 3, which cites Haran as Abraham's place of origin. Major empires from this region invaded and subjugated the people of Israel throughout the biblical era. These empires included Assyria, Babylon, and Persia. Anatolia was home to the Hittite kingdom, which battled Egypt on several occasions. They indirectly influenced ancient Israel through some of their ancient customs, such as their treaties and their method of writing history. Egypt, the third major region of the Fertile Crescent, had a major impact on ancient Israel. The Egyptians dominated the land of Israel for centuries, even before the nation of Israel existed. Famously, Israel's ancestors migrated to Egypt and were enslaved there for 400 years. On several occasions, Israel's and Judah's leaders sought military assistance from Egypt to protect itself from foreign aggression by the Assyrians and the Babylonians. The Arabian Peninsula is the fourth major region, excluding Israel, in the Fertile Crescent. While the outer edges of the region were fertile, most of the territory is a desert landscape. Consequently, any major movement of the people in the Fertile Crescent occurred from north to south in the more friendly region between the Tigris and the Euphrates rivers. While none of the major empires mentioned in the Old Testament inhabited the Arabian Peninsula, a number of nomadic groups do appear. Among these people are the Ammonites, the Moabites, the Edomites, the Amalekites, and the Midianites. The land of Israel itself goes by several other names: the land of Canaan, the Promised Land, Palestine, among others. It divides into four major regions: the coastal plain, the central hill country, the Jordan Rift, and the Transjordan region. The Central Hill Country is perhaps the most important region for studying the Old Testament. Most ancient Israelite cities occupied this territory. Additionally, this is the region that was under the control of the united and divided monarchies. Israel's geographic location carries several economic and political implications. The region is a land bridge between three continents: Africa, Europe, and Asia. Consequently, major empires crossed the region in their attempts to expand their power to new territories. Additionally, several major trade routes run through the region: the Way of the Sea and the King's Highway, among others. These geographic features meant that the inhabitants of ancient Israel were routinely exposed to foreign military and economic influence. As we've seen, ancient Israel was a relatively small region vulnerable to the aggression of foreign empires. It was conquered time and again over the centuries. Even so, the people had a special bond to the land that was rooted in their theological commitments. Unlike Christianity, which originated in Israel but quickly understood itself to be a global movement, ancient Israel was always tied to the land. The Israelites understood this region of the earth as an integral part of God's covenant with them, as established with their ancestor Abraham in Genesis 12, verses 1 and 5. Possession of the land is a major theme in the Old Testament. Much of the first 6 books of the Bible, Genesis through Joshua, focus on Israel's journey from Egypt to the land and its subsequent conquests. The historical books that you can read in Joshua through 2nd Chronicles frequently talks about the challenges people faced once they were in the land. Finally, the prophets almost all deal with the traumatic effects of being removed from the land during the exile and the hope of one day returning there. It's safe to say there are 3 major characters in the Old Testament: God, the people, and the land. Since the land of Israel plays such a prominent role in the Old Testament, we should take some time to familiarize ourselves with it. The next time you read a passage and it refers to a specific place, take some time to look up some information about it. You may be surprised how that simple activity can help you understand the Bible better.